5 overlooked residency programs around the world per continent that require no physical presence. If you're a wealthy investor and/or entrepreneur, probably you don't want to relocate to a new country, but you can still have a solid Plan B residency without actually having to spend more than a couple of days in a new country. By continent, the most strategic countries, starting off with Latin America, for example, Panama stands out. Qualified investor visa, $300,000 into real estate, which might go up in the future, gets you permanent residency. You only need to go to Panama a couple of days, and then you have permanent residency. You can relocate later, or you can decide to just keep it as a Plan B in case things get bad enough in your country, or you might have some banking there, or start a company with territorial-based tax system. It could be extremely strategic, and also it's a hub to travel to other countries. Over to Africa, we have Mauritius. I know Mauritius really well. I've been there. I know the government. I know a lot of lawyers there. I love Mauritius. They have a $375,000 permanent residency program invested into real estate. They also have a higher level $1 million program investing in renewable energy, which is extremely popular right now, with solid returns. Mauritius is stable. They also have a strong passport, which they are thinking of opening up more citizenship opportunities in the future, depending on the amount of contribution. It is far away from pretty much any conflict around the world, developed, and a great place for quality of life, in my opinion, after traveling to over 100 countries. Over to the Middle East, the UAE, United Arab Emirates, specifically Dubai, regardless of the current war, stands out as a great option because of the Golden Visa program. Invest into real estate, put money in the bank, or get it by nomination, and you have a 10-year residency program that you can later on use for tax advantages. You can move your family later on, and you don't actually need to live in the UAE right now to keep it active. You don't even need to go to the UAE in the next 10 years, so you could technically make the investment now and wait 10 years to go to the UAE and just keep it in your back pocket. Over to Asia, Thailand stands out with their elite or privilege visa. It's a donation to the government, roughly $20,000. That grants you a 5, 10, 15, or 20-year permit to live in Thailand or to travel in and out, and also no residency requirement. Thailand works really well for people that, for example, are living in the United States or in Europe, and they're looking for somewhere to retire long-term. They're looking for somewhere with better weather, with beaches, but they don't want to relocate now. They can get the elite visa now, and then just keep renewing it with that small donation, which, if you're worth millions, doesn't really matter that much. You can keep that active, and you don't actually need to spend any time in Thailand. Moving over to Europe, the most strategic, in my opinion, from all the golden visas, looking at the trauma that Portugal recently gave us, is Greece. Greece effectively functions as a permanent residency program. It is just renewable. You make an investment, there's different thresholds, into real estate mostly, and you can get that residency permit, and you don't actually need to live in Greece. Greece has seen a surge of clients, specifically from the Middle East, people that were living in the Middle East, from the UK, for example, from the United States. A lot of money flowing to Greece, obviously from Turkey as well, and neighboring countries that want to get that Schengen access, that want to avoid the entry-exit system tracking of the European Union and of the Schengen area, and it's extremely strategic for me specifically in the European Union. If you want to invest in a country that is happy with taking your wealth, that is not trying to confiscate it, and if you ever decide to live in Greece, you have a €100,000 lump sum per year. They're not trying to tax you at 50, 55%, take all your money, and trap you into this tax system. They actually give you incentives if you're a wealthy investor and they're entrepreneur. These are the most overlooked ones. There's obviously many more, but if you're looking strategically at what countries to consider, they work really well.